let's begin with this jersey. As a proud indigenous man yourself, what's it mean to play in such a proud round as this weekend?
Yeah, there's a few that you look forward to each year when the draw comes out. And for me, this is at the top of the list. It's something that I'm extremely proud to play in. Right now in the moment, I can't wait, but I know also, in years to come, it's going to be something that I look back on in the jerseys and, being able to say that I played in them and I was, extremely proud to do so. It's something that I'll remember, once footy's all done and dusted for me too. So yeah, it's an important round for myself, and then, as we all know, it's just such an important round for the broad Aboriginal community, and something that, I'm sure people are going to be tuning into the footy this weekend really proud to see.
On a personal front, do you make a note of it to include your family in a round like this, because that's where it all started, obviously?
Yeah, I think you don't want to get too emotional. I guess you got to go out there and play another game of footy, and I think the key to playing well in the NRL is consistency. So you don't want to be building too much emotion into games, because it can surely get knocked out of it. But it's certainly something that I speak to my family about. My totem's on it this year, along with Chris Smith, who else, Rod Silver as well, and things like that are just some really good touches and things that make us, extremely proud with the design of the jersey, and something that makes us feel a bit a part of.
You talked about a game to play, obviously. Doesn't get any tougher.
No, it doesn't. No, it's they've been playing, extremely good footy. They're a great team. There's individuals in that team that are superstars, but they're a really good team too. So, I suppose we've made improvements in the last month, and we've just got to keep trying to build on that and rock up with the right attitude. And it's always going to be tough going out to Penrith, but it's certainly a game that I'm looking forward to.
Attitude is everything, isn't it, Adam? And I know that within these four walls, you guys believe you can win. No one else does think you can win. How do you approach a game like that?
Yeah, like I said before, with you don't want to build things up too much, because at the end of the day, you got to go out there and do the things that you practice doing week in, week out. You practice doing at training, and that doesn't change. There's certain parts of games that you might need a bit of emotion, or you might need to dig that little bit deeper for. But as a whole, you've just got to look at it, I think, really process based. And as long as we stick to the processes we've got put in place, and the game plan the coaches have provided us, it's going to keep us in the game, and then it comes down to how deep we're willing to go and how far we're willing to go with it.
So in that respect, obviously you go out to win, but is a commendable performance and a respectable loss enough?
No, it's not. I don't think it ever is. We've probably been commended on our effort over the last 3 or 4 years, and it's not a bad thing, but it's certainly not something that we're aiming to be known for. We want to win games. I think unless you get the win, you can't be satisfied, and that's certainly the attitude that we take into every game, and it's the same going into this game.
Can I ask you then, as a guy that's been here for a few years, what do you think it will take to change or click? What needs to click? Because the effort, as you say, is always there. The attitude is always great. You can see that this team plays for each other, but the results just aren't coming. What needs to change?
I think we've been going into games with some really good detailed game plans this year, and we just haven't really executed. The game that we did was against the Sharks. We come away with a really good win. I think we've got a lot of new members in the team, and we're just starting to understand how each other play a little bit better. And we've got a whole new coaching staff, and everyone's really buying into what they're bringing to the table, and I think we've just got to keep doing that, working on it each week. And it's not going to be something, maybe from the outside looking in, if success comes around the corner, it might be a light bulb moment for people that something changed, but it's changing now for us, and it's changing it started in the pre-season, and it's a process that we're committed to and we're buying into, and it's not something that is overnight just going to happen, and we're developing it every week. And there's things that we're doing now that we weren't doing, 12 months ago or 6 weeks ago as a team, and that's becoming our standard. And if we can get that consistently across our game in enough areas, then the results will come.
Every team has that player that can really motivate and inspire in some respects. Like we've seen what Turbo can do to Manly, for instance? I'm not saying that Jacko is Turbo, but what sort of influence will he have coming back into the zone?
Yeah, I go into the game a lot more confident when I'm lacing up next to Josh Jackson. I think you say he's not Turbo, but I think he's just as valuable to our team. He's extremely valuable to our forward pack, and he's the one that everyone looks to. I look to him, the younger boys look to him, and although you've always got to adjust, and when he's not there to play, we're still expected to win games. But I'm really excited that he's going to be lacing up next to me this week, and I know everyone in the team can't wait to get out there and play with him.